Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with video recaps. Yes, videos about videos. Some of the archival things that have been humming around for a bit and that need to get a little extra love because, as I've pointed out so many times, it's according to, analytics, these YouTube things, 95% of you only look at new stuff. So I'm doing new stuff about old stuff, and I really hope you enjoy it because I think grouping these things in little bits of three will give you some extra fun stuff to look at over the course of the next week or two, whenever you tune in. And it will also hopefully draw attention to the 160 playlists with over 4,300 videos for you to search through and have some fun playing along with and doing stuff and, all that. So what have we got for this particular pile? Well, number one, the Repertoire video, the best and worst Bruckner symphony cycles. Now, I have to say, since I made this video, we've had the Bruckner year. And in the past year, over the past year, 2024, we've done a lot of Bruckner reviews. There have been tons of them, haven't there? And there have been a bunch of Bruckner cycles. And interestingly, none of them withstand comparison to the best of what's already been done. I mean, that's just a fact. There have been some dreadful ones, really bad ones, Telemann, Andres Nelson's. I mean, just quantities of bad Bruckner, piles of it shoving out there. I mean, I actually did a video on why is there so much bad Bruckner, and that was a couple of years ago before the onslaught, the deluge of bad Bruckner. So there aren't any Bruckner cycles that I feel need to be added to the pile, except possibly on Eloquence, the Vienna Philharmonic one that had different conductors doing the various symphonies. That was a very, very good cycle. Deutsche Grammophon also released a Vienna Philharmonic one that had some of the same stuff, but the Eloquence one, I think, was the one to get. Otherwise, we're probably in the same shape that we've been for the past couple of decades, and I don't think that's terribly surprising. Every so often, I get a comment from somebody who says, why do you only talk about old recordings? Why don't you talk about new ones? Well, I do talk about new ones all the time, but I recommend the best. And sometimes the best are recent. I have no problem recommending recent best ones, and I've done that quite a few times too. But just as often as not, they don't compare to the best of what has been released in excellent sound previously. Very, very good production values, wonderful conductors, wonderful orchestras. And so there you have it. So we're doing Bruckner. Number two. Well, I just wanted to repeat this one because, just a couple weeks ago was Mom's 86th birthday. My mother, she who bore me and she who put up with me as I was growing up. And we did a wonderful interview that we had a great time doing and that you all seem to love. So for those of you, since there are like lots of new subscribers who may not have met Mom, the interview with Mom is back. And all of these things are below this video. All the links are below the video, so you can just click right on them whenever you want and go directly to those videos. I have to keep making that point because I want you to I'm trying to make this as easy as possible. And then let's see, what was the last one? I wrote down what I was going to do here. I thought it was, oh yes, one of my most popular lists. That's what it was. Music that makes you cry. This was a fun and interesting experiment, and it got a huge reception. Huge. It was wonderful. For some reason, classical music people are weepy. We all like to cry, don't we? And I don't mean it makes you cry because it's terribly sad necessarily. It makes you cry because of the emotion that it projects and the response that it engenders within your soul. That was the idea. And it was fascinating and wonderful. I mean, really wonderful to see how you all responded and what works you came up with as the ones that really, really affected you. Now, I'm talking about those of you who took the question really seriously. There were some people who obviously had some, rather facetious or smart alecky replies to that concept. But I think it's really a very serious one, very interesting, a very interesting study of the effect that music has on us. and the music we particularly love, and how we respond to it. So I'm giving you another chance. You take a look at that video, read the comments, see what other people had to say. And if you didn't chime in yet and you'd like to, please feel free. I mean, it's an ongoing discussion and an absolutely fascinating one. So there are the 3 recaps for this batch anyway. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. Tell your friends. Let's continue the dialogue and check out the playlists if you have a chance. Check out some of the other 4,000 and some odd videos, 4,300 I think we're up to now. And keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.